Right, well, babies start learning the moment that they take their first breath, and there's a great big world to see, obviously, from learning how to sit up, how to roll over, and eventually even how to write their child's name.
But everybody learns at their own pace. However, what they need to know now by the time they get to kindergarten has changed drastically in the last decade or so. Here's a look at what those changes are and what you need to do now to help your child succeed. 60 years ago, Bobby Vollrath walked into room 33 at Madison Elementary in Quincy as a bright-eyed 5-year-old ready for kindergarten. These days, she walks into room 33 and faces a room full of bright-eyed kindergartners as their teacher.
Quite a bit has changed. When I went to kindergarten, we took naps and brought our blanket to lay on. Today, we have a rest time before lunch, but it's just a quick little rest and just to gather our thoughts, and then we go to lunch.
Kindergartners are now expected to know so much more, and that learning starts before they even get to the big K.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic. So if you look at reading, that's like letter recognition.
Today, when we would like them to recognize their name, be able to write their name if possible.
And then the arithmetic, what are numbers? They're different than letters. Counting, and that counting has meaning. So we don't just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we can count items.
Julie Schuckman is the executive director of the Quincy Public Schools Early Childhood and Family Center. She says the kids who go here get started on that path to kindergarten. She also tells me that academics are one thing, but kids also have to be socially ready for kindergarten.
How do we teach routines? How do we teach patience and waiting, and how to walk on a line down a hallway so you don't all run into each other?
So why the change? Well, Schuckman says it's a societal change. Educators have found out kids can learn certain things at an earlier age. Because of that, more kids are now going to preschool than they did 10, 20, 30 years ago. But there have also been other changes.
Technology has taken over. Data and assessments has taken over. A lot of time is spent on assessments, which I'm sort of sad about.
Bobby Vollrath would rather spend more one-on-one time with the students, but that's not as practical these days, and that's where parents can help.
I would strongly suggest read to your children, have them watch you read, sit down with your children, talk with your children, talk about your experiences. If you go to the park, talk about what you did.
Vollrath adds teachers can offer more to students and expose them to new things, but that doesn't always mean the student will nurture it because they learn at their own pace.
3, 2, 1.
This May, Vollrath is retiring from teaching. She'll walk out of room 33 for the last time, and these bright-eyed, now first graders will most likely know how to read. Chad Douglas, KHQA News, Quincy. Now, the Quincy Public School District is in its first year of a new initiative called Transitional Kindergarten. It's for students who are kindergarten age but might not quite be ready for kindergarten.
That's right. And after the school year is over, depending on how well the student does, they can then go to kindergarten or even straight into first grade.